This is a demonstration of a new feature of NightTune, the ability to change system states and process states and save those changes to be reapplied later. If we look at my user, M. Slater, I've got a multi-threaded process out there running. The process is running on the CPUs that it was originally brought up to run on. You'll notice that a couple of these threads are running on cores 0. If I want to move those threads to a shielded core, I can first come over to the shielding and binding dialog where I can shield various cores. So I will bring up the change shielding dialog, and I will shield core 1 from everything, which includes marking down its hyper-threaded sibling. I'll do the same thing for core 2 and for core 3 and apply those changes. We can now see that cores 1, 2, and 3 are shielded. I can then drag and drop thread sibling C onto, say, core 2, and I'll drop thread sibling B onto core 3. And we can see those changes have taken place. I've now moved those threads to shielded processors. Before we save the state, let's also move an interrupt vector. So I'm going to look at my interrupts. My NVIDIA interrupt, for instance, is now interrupting on CPU 0. But I can come and, again, get an affinity dialog. Whoops, wrong one. There we are. I will clear it all, and I'm going to force this particular interrupt to interrupt on a shielded core. We'll pick 3 and apply that. And now we can see that that NVIDIA interrupt is being handled by core 3. So we'll call that the state that we want to save and come back to. Process is moved to shielded cores, the cores themselves shielded, and interrupts vectored to a particular shielded core. I'm going to now say save system state, and because I've moved those 2 threads, they show up as things that are going to have an action taken. Simply by hovering over those 2 threads, we can see that what's going to happen. One's going to be moved to 2, one's going to be moved to 3. And we also see that the tool recognizes that I have modified where the NVIDIA interrupt is being handled and put that on my list. I could make additional changes at this point with the Add button, but this will do. So I will save that into temp system state. So we'll replace that. And so now I've got my system saved. I'm now going to reset the system, get everything back to the way it was. In fact, I'm going to kill the processes that are running. And now we can see that the CPUs are now all unshielded again, and the NVIDIA interrupt is interrupting on CPU 6 this time. And I will start the processes that we're going to look at. And here they are. And we can see that they start up in the original configuration, again with thread sibling C and thread sibling B on core 0. I can now go and restore the system state. And we can see it performing all the actions required to restore the system state that I had saved. And we come back, we see the CPU shielded, we see threads moved to the CPUs we wanted them, and we should see the interrupt being handled by Core 3. That concludes the demo. Thanks.